Jai Shri Mataji to all my dear brothers and sisters.
जय श्री माता जी भैया
Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji to all.
जय श्री
Let's-
माता जी भैया
Jai Shri Mataji. Let's all watch Mataji's eyes without blinking your eyes. Let's all watch and keep our attention at Shri Mataji's Kundalini Mother or any of the chakras of Shri Mataji. Let us keep now our attention on Sahasrara Chakra of Shri Mataji. Let us keep our attention at the Sahasrara Chakra of Shri Mataji. What has happening within us now. See the changes. Let us enjoy the love emanates from Shri Mataji and penetrating our Brahmarandra and opening our Brahmarandra. Let us these vibrations. Let us bow down to Shri Mataji like a small baby. Crawl into her divine lotus feet. Let's all crawl into her divine lotus feet. With complete surrenderness. With full bhakti, lots and lots of love. And keep our attention on our Brahmarandra and suck the divine cool vibration from Shri Mataji divine lotus feet. Keep our attention fully at the Sahasrara, that is Brahmarandra and whole Brahmanadi, Sushumna, and in both the palms, all the fingers. Let us witness it. Witness is the greatest power Shri Mataji given us to enter into her divine kingdom. Wow. Now slowly rise your Kundalini mother with vibrations and take the knots. Each and every knot, after keep our attention at the Brahmarandra. Again watch the changes. Let's watch the changes. After taking 3 knots, keep both hands towards the sky. Enjoy absorbing the vibration from Shri Mataji into all our fingers, palms, and sahasrara. Let us watch the opening of Brahmarandra and heart pita, that is the door of the happiness. Now slowly take bandhan with these cool vibrations. Enjoy the formation of kavach layer around us, like cool vibrations in and around. Slowly and after taking bandhan, watch Mataji's. Let's watch Mataji eyes. Without blinking your eyes. Enjoy the divine love emitting from Shri Mataji and penetrating into our heart pita. Wow, let us enjoy the opening of Brahmarantra on the heart pita, through which entering into this kingdom of God, that is Sahasrara. That is our temple of Sahasrara, where Shri Mataji is residing. And keep our attention and stay there at Sahasrara. If you are getting cool vibration, then slowly close your eyes and stay there at Sahasrara. Those who have difficult in staying there at Sahasrara, please use your right hand and touch the Brahmarandra. Touch the Brahmarandra and say, Shri Mataji, please open my Brahmarandra to enter into your divine, beautiful kingdom. Immediately when you touch the Brahmarandra, you will get cool or hot breeze. When it becomes cool or hot, then we are entering into to becoming the spirit, to recognizing the spirit within us. And slowly the vibration starts at Brahmarandra, at Pita, and slowly the vibration will expand in the top of the head. Are you able to feel that? The expansion of vibration slowly at the Brahmarandra. If you feel cool, then enjoy the expansion of this vibration around. Slowly the Sahasrara open and opening neighboring pitas. Slowly now with this vibration, slowly rise your right hand to 3 to 4 inches above and let us stay there. And 5 to 7 inches slowly along with the vibrations move up to right hand. दाएं हाथ सिर से 7 इंच ऊपर रखें और मैसेज करें आप क्या is it cool or not? And enjoy the flow of these cool vibrations flowing down into these 1,000 petals of Sastra where Sri Mataji residing. Are you able to feel this flow of this cool holy nectar Sri Ganga Mata flowing down into the Sastra? Now then slowly close your eyes, all of you, and stay there at Sastra. Let's stay there at Sastra. Keep both hands towards Sri Mataji at the level of your heart. Slowly the vibration expands at the Sahasrara.
Surrender is the opening of Sahasrara, keeping it completely open so that the Nirvikalpa state is established within us. But the area of Sahasrara is the realm of God. When the Brahmarandra opens fully, then the heavens open within yourself.
Now the heaven opens. We are in the house of this heaven. Now keep watch all the pitas. By grace of Sri Mataji, the flow of this divine nectar, Sri Ganga Mata, flowing from above the Sahasrara down to the 1,000 petals of Sahasrara. Let us enjoy the expansion of these vibrations to whole head, whole Sahasrara. And let us use our hands to enjoy that state. Now keep your right hand at the back of your head. That is Mooladhara Swadhisthana Pita. Let's wait till it gets cool vibrations there. And enjoy Shri Mata's divine lotus feet there. Let us feel her connection with her love. Let us completely enjoy Shri Mata's divine love, their divine presence in our whole brain. Shri Mataji, please dissolve all my karmas and all the sins which you have did in the past into your divine lotus feet. You have to wait till it gets cool vibrations. These very important pitas, when the Muladhara and Swadhisthana pitas get cool, most of the illness will cure. Let us wait till it gets cool vibrations. Now slowly take your right hand and keep it on our Brahmarandra, that is heart pita. From there, let us watch the Muladhara, Swadhisthana pita. Heart pita is opened. And the expansion of vibrations to the from the heart pita to Muladhara, Swadhisthana pitas. If you get cool vibrations, slowly raise your right hand 3 to 5 inches and stay there and watch. Witness is the greatest power through which we can enter into this kingdom, a beautiful kingdom of God. Now keep your right hand on our forehead. Again, watch slowly the whole brain gets drenching into this ocean of vibrations. Let us create a beautiful cradle for Sri Jesus Christ with our disciplined quality of character, thoughts, vision, to fulfill the vision of Sri Mataji. Enjoy creating a beautiful cradle. Let's say the Lord's Prayer in these cool vibrations. Let us say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः. Let's enjoy the presence of and stay of Sri Jesus Christ in our Agnya. Such a blissful state of Sri Mataji's divine love emitting into our heart pita and in our whole brain. Let us surrender this whole brain to Sri Mataji. Sri Mataji, please, you be the controller of this brain. forever and ever. Now again, take your right hand. Keep your right hand at the both the sahasrara, 2-3 inches above. Let us keep your right hand 5 to 7 inches above and feel all the feet are getting open.
Our left and right side, by which our chakras opened more and more threads of the Kundalini started piercing through. So I always tell Sajogis that it's important that you must meditate. If your Sahasrara is all right, all your chakras will be all right. Because as you know that the pithas or the controlling centers of all these chakras are in the brain, around the limbic area. So if our left and right side, by which our chakras opened more and more threads of the Kundalini started piercing through. So I always tell Sajogis that it's important that you must meditate. If your Sahasrara is all right, all your chakras will be all right. Because as you know that the pithas or the controlling centers of all these chakras are in the brain, around the limbic area.
Now slowly raise your right hand above the sahasrara and rotate in clockwise directions. And let us enjoy the forcible flow of this divine holy nectar, Ganga Mata, into 1,000 petals of sahasrara and nourishing these 1,000 petals. And these 1,000 petals are made by these 5 elements coming from the right side, and the 16 powers from the left side of Sri Krishna, joining with the 1,000, the 16 powers in each and every petal will establish and becoming 16,000 powers to manifest by grace of Sri Mataji. Let us stay there above the Sahasrara and keep both hands towards Sri Mataji. And let us enjoy the flow of this divine cool vibration from above the Sahasrara to Muladhara Chakra through the pipe of Sushumna. Let us breathe in and breathe out slowly through the Sahasrara. Up above slowly towards the sky, below towards the mother earth. Only the widening of Sushumna and Sahasrara will widen more and more. We are completely becoming the Param Chaitanya, one and power with and part and parcel of this Param Chaitanya. That's all completely dissolved into Shrimata's divine lotus feet. And we become completely lighter and lighter. Let us say this mantra 3 times. Shri Viratangana Virata Sakshat. With full attention at above the Sahasrara, holding Shri Mataji's divine lotus feet. And dissolving our Atma, one drop of this Atma into ocean of Paramatma. Om Tameva Sakshat Sri Viratangana Virata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Viratangana Virata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Once more, you can keep your right hand above and feel the vibrations flowing up and down. Please stay there. Breathe in through Sahasrara. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Viratangana Virata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Has completely become oneness with Shri Mataji's love.
Bhaiya, my full body is spreading heat.
It has completely become oneness with Shri Mataji's love. Enjoy this oneness now. Oneness with each other and oneness with Shri Mataji's love.
Then you have to understand that relationship with me is more established, better established, if you establish your relationships with others in a very collective and homogeneous way. As I told you, the drop becomes the ocean, and the drop has to become the ocean by dissolving all its dropness with other drops, and all the drops dropping their dropness become the ocean ultimately. So we'll see that devotion is double-wedged. One is to each other and one is to your mother.
So let's become completely oneness with her love. By dissolving into her divine lotus. Let us keep our attention above the Sahasrara and breathe out and breathe in through Sahasrara, through the pipe of Sushumna. In this state, let us hear Shri Mataji's Amritvani.
shaking?
I think it's the stage.
What's shaking here?
It's the stage. Sri Krishna.
Is the
I
energy?
think it's me moving.
Huh?
I think it's the stage.
Yeah. It was very beautiful of children to come and receive me in this beautiful manner. It can take you back to the days of Krishna, when in his childhood he was very much respected by his friends. And they tried to do all the honor that was possible.
C'était très joli.
You know the story of his birth. Also you know the story. I think if you stop the water, then otherwise my speech might be better. You know the story of his birth. And here we have the flowing of water both the sides. The way he used to play his flute along the Jamna river. The whole thing looks sometimes so human, but it is not. And at the right time, whenever he needed, as a child, he manifested his powers. That he killed a woman who was a devil. Ultimately he killed Kamsa. After that, you know that he preached Gita. But it's not so fast as that. After killing Kamsa, he went down to Dwarika to rule there. And there he had to marry 5 more wives. First he had 16,000 wives. So the many people can ask a question, Mother, what sort of a husband he must be? These 16,000 should explain that he has 16 petals. On his domain of Vishuddhi Chakra. And these 16 petals multiplied by the 1,000 petals of the Sahasrara become 16,000. So these are 16,000 powers which are available to us also. These 16,000 powers are working in the brain. These powers could not come as Sahaj Yogis, so they came as women who were entrapped by a king, exactly 16,000. And he married them, because by marriage it was all very dharmic. Also he married 5 wives later who represented the 5 elements. Incarnation cannot be understood from human angle. Can never be understood, I should say. Because their ways and methods are different. They have ways and methods of their own. they do not expose them to other people, not that they are afraid to expose or they don't want to expose, but it will not be intelligible. It cannot be understood by human beings. If you ask me a question, say, Mother, how do you manage that? I may just change the topic very cleverly. So now I am going to tell you about 16,000 petals of the Sahasrara. And now we can start the translation. In gist you can tell them. So now to understand the 16,000 powers that you have got in your brain already manifesting. As soon as you get your realization, those 16,000 powers start manifesting. Every petal of Sahasrara has got 16 powers, and these are, the petals are made of the 5 elements. So these 5 elements who create these 1,000 petals have got 16 powers on every petal. Now the 5 elements is the right side, which is the content, or we can say the matter of the brain. The matter of the brain is created in such a manner that it has a protective matter also. So we have grey matter and also the white matter which is outside to protect the grey matter. Now these 16 powers which are expressed in every petal are coming from the left side. Sri Krishna is an incarnation of the left side. So the 16 powers which are coming from the left side adorn the petals which are made of 5 elements. But these powers already exist in the brain. By these 5 plus 16 powers, we do all our nervous system work. For example, if you have to lift your hand like this, then it is worked first of all through the left side, which desires that it should be lifted, and then is ordered to the 5 powers or 5 elements. They go into the action. Also, we have in our system a special type of arrangement where there is a reflex action which is built earlier in our evolution. So, in a human consciousness, whatever works is not a reflex action. But now when you are Sahasrara is enlightened with the Kundalini, all these 1,000 powers multiply it into 16,000. So all the nerves in the body get enlightenment. your attention becomes enlightened. With these 1000 dimensions, you become collectively conscious. We can say like this, if there are 16 people staying in 5 houses and they are working separately and sometimes coordinating, but a flood comes in. As a result of the flood, all these houses are brought together and get enveloped into the energy of that flood. Then they join hands together. They forget their houses and they start using now a new energy of collective consciousness. This is exactly what has happened in you. That as soon as the Kundalini has risen within you and given you realization, the flood has brought these dormant energies in you into play. You don't have to think that you have to hold each other's hand when there's a flood. You just hold it automatically, spontaneous. So all the energies suddenly start getting into motion. So this power where the 1000 energies of the brain suddenly awakened is the power called as Viratangana. That is, she is the power of the Virat. She is the power which makes Sri Krishna a Virat. So the 16,000 powers which he achieves in your being is done through the power of Viratangana. And at this modern times, you know who is that. So the Adishakti takes the form of Viratangana. With that enlightenment, you achieve your realization. So the Kundalini passing through different centers, enlightening the different energies, ultimately comes to the brain and enlightens the Viratangana power. At this point, at the brain point, the Kundalini starts spreading in the head. She of course shoots off from the Sahasrara, but also she trickles down through this plate of the brain downwards on the sympathetic. That relaxes you. That's why you feel relaxed. It relaxes the sympathetic. That enlarges the centers. It brings it back to its normal positions. The enlargement of the parasympathetic or Sushumna makes the Kundalini rise in more quantum. It is all done by a reflex action of Kundalini. So the Kundalini is already built in such a manner that when she rises, she automatically does all these things. So your Kundalini has got the power to enlighten all your centers and to enlighten your brain and to relax you, to increase the size of the centers and make the Kundalini rise again. But the Kundalini has a very special power that every human being's Kundalini knows me. Many people who have just seen my photograph have got their Kundalini awakened. But if your centers are very clouded or exhausted or jammed together or separated away from each other, then the Kundalini stops there. That's why some people get realization very fast and some take time. These conditioned minds are the most difficult. What's happening?
I don't know.
Is it touching each other? Energy joined together.
But not in the central way. Les gens qui ont un cerveau très conditionné ont certaines difficultés.
What's happening?
Okay.
Now the rising of the Kundalini is achieved better in a place which is frequented or visited or lived into by saints. Also for people who are not so complicated. For example, today only I discovered that the Catholic Church has complicated your life so much. I did not know that they have been preaching that sex is a sin. Then, if that is so, that means only Adam and Eve too would have lived on this earth. And these people were not with Adam and Eve to know what they did. And this absurd idea was very much there also at the time of Sri Krishna among Indians. And as a result of that, we had ascetics who were very hot-tempered. They developed one-sided personality of, say, a sun. Like if they looked at somebody, they could just burn him off, bhasma. And such austerity they had that if you had to talk to them, you had to use at least a distant, some pole.
Et si vous deviez vous adresser à eux,
Hollow pole. Such horrid people. But Sri Krishna, when he was born, he found out this imbalance is being created. At the same time, his cousin, whose name was Neminath, who was a Jain Tirthankar, developed an aversion to meat eating. As a result of that, another extreme nature started. And people thought that eating meat is a sin. All kinds of varieties of sins started prospering. And they had brands. This brand, that brand. As you have brand like Christian Dior, this, that, like that. This sin, this sin, this sin, like that. But underneath, they were very much infatuated by sex. They are the ones who started these erotic temples in India, Jains. Now the other side of it is that the horrible Hindu saints, not saints I should say, what should we call them, ascetics, and the terrible, these Jain people, all put together formed a formidable idea about religion. So Krishna took an incarnation. It was not only to kill Kamsa, but to tell people that this kind of stupid conditioning is not religion. Religion can never be against the natural laws. But the ascent starts moving from a sex which has no maryadas, or in the lower animals it is even worse than that, going up to a point in human beings where it has to have maryadas, to be devoted to one person and be faithful to that person. And then he brought forth the religion of natural maryadas. You have to marry the person.
you have to marry.
Marry. You have to marry the person. Marriage.
Vous devez épouser quelqu'un, marry.
He gets nervous with the word. All right. As people do get nervous.
On devient nerveux.
Now, he had married 5 wives and 16,000 more. So they challenged. What do you say of one marriage with one person? You already have so many wives. Then I have told you already a story how he proved that he was a Yogeshwara. He was beyond all these relationships.
Et
And this shows that for Yogeshwaras, it does not matter how many times he marries. Or for a Yogeshwari like me, how many children I have.
ou
So the times, or what we call the samayachar, makes a person behave in a particular manner, which is an incarnation. There was a murder case for a man who was following Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Of course, it was not established, but he felt that after all he is Krishna, so he can kill people. Now, Krishna was an incarnation. He knew whom to kill and how to kill. He said that nobody is living, now I have already killed them. Discretion of an incarnation is perfect. So, one should not immediately think that because an incarnation has done like this, so we can also do. But human beings always take over. Like the Christian, all of them believe they must get crucified and they must suffer. Are you Christ? By so many crucifixions
avec
of so many stupid Christians, what are we going to achieve? All sorts of complicated ideas come out of all this kind of a nonsensical thing. Just to say there has to be gloom. Like yesterday, as I told you, it's a miserable people. Christ crucified himself so that your agya could be cleared and that you enjoy life. Because Christ himself was an incarnation, and whether you crucify him or do not crucify him makes no difference to him. So the difference between the incarnation and a human being is to be understood first of all in Krishna's life. When it started raining heavily and when Indra wanted to put down Sri Krishna, the rains were so strong, he just lifted one mountain, Govardhan, on his one finger. So the other, who were his followers, his gopas, they also had some sticks with them, so they also put some sticks, you see.
Et les éleveurs qui étaient de son village étaient venus avec lui et à l'aide de leurs bâtons, ils essayaient de soutenir la montagne pour faire comme lui.
But they were children.
Mais ce n'étaient que des enfants.
Now, I don't understand the people who are so grown up,
Mais on
who look grown up, and behave worse than children. Nature teaches us all the time. See, now people are understanding that whatever they have done as far as the marriage is concerned is a wrong thing, and now they are coming down to what Sri Krishna had said.
Le mariage est compris.
What did you say?
As far as what is concerned.
Again, marriage.
Marriage, again. Donc les humains ont compris
It's like a red rag to him. And to many. That's also, I think, is this Catholic Church. But why did Christ attend a wedding? I mean, this should be understood. If he was against marriage, why did he attend a wedding and also made wine for them? But they use that incident just because they want to drink wine.
Mais ils ont utilisé cette histoire non pas pour défendre le mariage, mais pour montrer qu'on pouvait boire du vin.
But even there, Christ was very careful. What he did, he made water into wine in a second like that. But to make an alcohol, you must ferment it. I can also do that. So what? But I can't make an alcohol. I'll have to put some fungus into it. So this is what it is. How people have made God or incarnations into according to their small minds and according to their selfish ends. Because if you say that you are originally a sinner, then you say, now what do we do? Now for atonement, you give lots of money. And God doesn't understand money. What's the use? It's all wrong. Absolutely wrong. You have committed no sins. These are all non-existent things they are talking about. But I've seen in the West, people would say, how can our Kundalini rise? We are sinners. Better give up all these conditionings. Nobody is a sinner. That's what Sri Krishna said. Of course, he divided people into 3 categories, basically. But he said that anybody can get self-realization and could be enlightened. If he had believed that people are sinners, he would not have said this. This is absolutely anti-God and anti-Christ and anti-Krishna. Here you are, the Virata has created you up to a point, brought you to a point. Now you are just about to flower out. And already you are told that as seeds you had some disease in you. So all the great work of evolution, the great work of taking you to the kingdom of God is completely cut off. So today is the day to be joyous, to be happy, but not jumping in the sea, keeping to your boat of Maryada. Because you have got now your brain enlightened. This brain is now such a powerful thing you have got that it pierces through all the 5 koshas you have around you, all the 5 auras around you, made by the 5 elements. This brain touches the subtle of the ether, the subtle of the Mother Earth, the subtle of all the elements. By this enlightenment you have become subtle. So we have to forget about the gross things. Gross things just follow anything that is subtle, just like a magnet attracts. Once in Australia, it was a puja of Sri Ganesha. And the hibiscus red flower is the flower for Sri Ganesha. And when we were going for the puja, all around I saw this hibiscus flower coming. So I told Sir Yogis, better stop the car somewhere and get hold of some of these flowers for the puja. But then they forgot. You know the mantra, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Bhranti Rupena Samstata. So the illusion. And then they suddenly remembered, oh mother, we've forgotten the flowers. I said, it's nice you've forgotten. Somebody has taken over from you. That's why you've forgotten. When we reached the puja thing, the whole place was filled with baskets and baskets of those flowers. So when you forget, don't think that you have forgotten something, so something has gone wrong with you. No, it has gone to your subtle understanding, which works out in a reflex manner, but into 16,000 dimensions. Can you imagine an instrument with 16,000 wires connected with another 16,000 wires, with another 16,000 wires, and all the time working so efficiently?
Yes.
This is the work of Virat, and this is the work of this enlightened mind. So you don't have to worry about the gross part. You want an ashram, you'll have it. Anything gross, mundane, will work out. But at this stage, you must remember that you have to just put your attention to it for a minute. Just an attention, what we say is the bandhan, and it works. But the main thing one has to remember, that we are yogis, we are enlightened souls. We are specially blessed people with special powers. And there are very simple ways by which we can control all these mundane things. And the whole thing will happen so beautifully that you will be surprised. That is what one has to realize, the powers of your Sahasrara. I have told you that 16 powers already were there. So, 16 powers that were there were 12 of the heart and 4 of Sri Ganesha were in your brain already. And that is how you were an emotional person and you had relationship of emotions and also relationship with others of innocence as well as of relationship of marriage. This was all built in within you. But because of this kind of stupid ideas, all these natural feelings were suppressed. That nobody was a sister, nobody was a child, nobody was a brother, and all these stupid ideas have finished those beautiful feelings of flowers, of fragrance, completely destroyed. The false fears and the false ideas and the false prohibitions all have ruined that part of the brain. The ghost, correct. And the right side started working. Only the right side working. Then left side doesn't exist. All the values of the left side do not exist. Only the right side and the connection with the right side, with the things that we do with the right side. Also to add it up, so many things came, like industrial revolution and the war and all that. So the right side became the dominant part. And this ego developed. Ego makes you feel very important, and you just love becomes nothing but egocentric. In addition to that, when money became important, then it is like somebody who is already a drunk man and a scorpion bites him. The situation was very bad. All the ways and methods, permutations and combinations of escalating this situation, escalating this ego, was created by the same ego. This is the most dangerous thing we have in the West. For them, even a love for the wife, thank you, is a thing to be valued in money. Everything is business. Whether it is church, whether it is mafia, whether it is politics, everything is money. Money becomes the power. Then, if money is everything, why care for chastity? Why care for innocence? Why care for art? Whatever can sell is art. Whatever can fetch money is relationship. So the whole dryness on the left-hand side created a problem again for the left-sided extremes to be sucked in. So the collective subconscious was sucked into your subconscious mind and then to your conscious mind. And you can say that the ego reached such a point into your brain that it started getting into superego. And a very messy personality was created. So I have to tell you one, you are in for your ascent. You are in for getting all your powers. And you are in for your kingdom of God. But you must work out your left side with understanding of purity, pure relationships. And the right side, by facing it, the facing your plastic ego. When you don't want to do something, ask yourself, why am I not doing it? And when the left side is sucked in, a lethargy and inertia sets in. All the right side gets completely drenched or completely overpowered by the left side powerful entities. People feel very tired all the time and they want always to drink or to take drugs to go to the left side, and the inertia sets in. That's why there's a problem. But collectively, if we understand this is the problem, we all can work it out together. I didn't know how to move their brains. Brains were made of plastic. What to do with them? Can you believe in the first year I came 3 times? I went on banging in France, and even people, English people said, Mother, why do you go to France so often? Now, even the English are comparable. I should have been equally dynamic about them, and I was. It was a work of tremendous patience and love, of understanding that they are deserving cases, lost in the wilderness of ego. But they are the ones who will save Europe, England, and America. May God bless you.
Que Dieu vous bénisse.
Mataji. Let's all enjoy each and every word, mantra of Sri Mataji, penetrate into our heart to become completely oneness with Sri Mataji and work for Sri Mataji in this world. Let us be in this silent state for at least another 2 minutes. Keep our attention above the sahasrara. Breathe in, breathe out slowly through our sahasrara, through the pipe of the Sushumna. Then be aware that the sahasrara is open completely up. Enjoy, digest all Sri Mataji's words and mantras in our heart. Jai Shri Mataji. Thank you very much, Shri Mataji, for giving such a wonderful and blissful state to become oneness with each other and to become oneness with your divine love. Thank you very much, Shri Mataji. Koti Koti Namak. Ananta Koti Namak. Slowly, let's all bow down to Shri Mataji. Slowly take rise your finger and take one. Jai Shri Mataji. Whenever we work out on our left side, please see only the purity, the power of purity inside. Jai Shri Mataji.
जय श्री माता जी।
जय श्री माता जी भैया।
Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji.
जय श्री माता जी भैया।
Jai Shri Mataji.
जय श्री माता जी भैया।
Jai Shri Mataji.
जय श्री माता जी भैया।
Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Shri
जय श्री
Mataji.
माता जी।
Jai Shri Mataji.
जय श्री माता जी भैया।
Jai
जय
Shri
श्री माता जी भैया।
Jai Shri Mataji दीदी।
जय श्री माता जी भैया।
जय श्री माता
माता जी भैया।
जय श्री माताजी।
जय श्री माता जी।
जय श्री माताजी। जय श्री माताजी।
जय श्री माता जी।
जय श्री माता जी भैया।
जय श्री माताजी भैया। Let's all continue this state as long as possible. Enjoy becoming one with Shri Mataji always. Jai Shri Mataji. Let's wind up the sessions. Jai Shri Mataji to each and everyone who joined here to become oneness with each other, to become oneness with Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji.